Welcome back, Royal Fam. If you've ever generated an AI video and wished it was just a little longer, today I'm going to show you two different ways to extend your videos inside OpenArt. One method uses the last frame trick, and the other uses OpenArt's built-in video extension feature. So, yeah, let's jump right in. Okay, for the first option, we're going to start with an image. From the OpenArt homepage, hover over image and click Create Image. Now, OpenArt offers quite a few different image models, so let's take a quick look at some of them. You have GPT Image 2, Flux and its variants, OpenArt Photorealistic, SDXL, Midjourney, Imagen 4, Recraft V4, WAN 2.7 image, just to name a few. For today's example, we're going to use Nano Banana 2 because it does a really nice job creating realistic images. So now we need a prompt. I need a prompt for an African-American woman around 29 years old with long curly hair and blonde highlights, wearing a flowing dress, standing on a rooftop in the city with the sun setting in the background, hyper realistic. And honestly, ChatGPT gave me a pretty solid prompt. So let's jump back over to OpenArt. I already have my prompt entered. We're going to leave auto turned off. The output is set to 16:9. The quality is set to 2K. And we're going to generate two images. You can see the total cost is 60 credits. Let's go ahead and click generate. And that was pretty quick, maybe about a minute. Now let's take a closer look at what we got. Okay, I like this one. From here, you have two choices. You can download the image or click frame to video. I'm going to choose frame to video. Now, once you're inside frame to video, you'll notice there are several video models available. You have Kling, Grok, Pixverse, Happy Horse, WAN, VO, LTX, Halo, and Vdo. Lately, I've been getting some really nice results with Seedance 2.0, so that's the one I'm going to use today. You can either upload an image from your computer or simply drag one over from your image gallery on the right. We're not going to add an end frame. Instead, we'll enter a prompt describing what we want the character to do. I'm also going to leave auto audio turned on just to see what it gives us. You can leave the output settings on auto or customize them if you'd like. I'm going to leave the resolution as is. For the duration, let's select 7 seconds. Since this tutorial is focused on extending shorter AI videos, 7 seconds will work perfectly. Let's click generate. Again, that was fairly quick, maybe around 2 minutes. Now let's see what we got. All right, now I'm going to show you the first method for extending a video using the last frame. Over on the right side, click grab last frame. Move the playhead all the way to the end of the video, then click grab frame. Go ahead and download that image. Now we're basically going to repeat the same process we used to create the first video. Take that last frame, put it back into frame to video, enter your prompt, and generate a continuation of the scene. Once it's finished, you'll have 2 separate video clips. Now, when it comes to editing, you have a few options. I personally use Canva, but you can use whatever editor you're comfortable with. Now, I do have a paid Canva account, but for this tutorial, I'm actually showing everything from my free account so everyone can follow along. Also, I'm using Canva's newer video editor in this example. If you prefer the older editor, don't worry. I have a video linked below showing you exactly how to switch back to the classic editor. And if you're interested in learning more about video editing inside Canva, keep an eye out because I'll be releasing a dedicated Canva video editing tutorial soon as part of my Canva 101 series. The simplest approach is to upload both clips, place them back to back on your timeline, and you're done. Or if you want things to feel a little smoother, you can add transitions and make small timing adjustments between the clips. Personally, I tend to use either the mix and match transition or a simple fade transition. Those are usually my go-to options because they help blend the clips together without being too distracting. Sometimes that's all it takes to make the transition between scenes feel much more natural and less noticeable to the viewer. At the end of the day, it really comes down to the style you're after and how polished you want the final video to look. Now, before we compare the results, I want to show you my favorite way to extend a video. No extra steps, no downloading frames, no creating a second clip manually. Just simple and straightforward. Go back to OpenArt, hover over video, and click extend video. One thing to keep in mind, your original video needs to be 10 seconds or shorter. For this feature, you'll currently see 3 model options: WAN, LTX, and OpenArt's own model. I'm going with WAN because it's the one I use most often. I'm grabbing the first clip we made and dragging it to the upload section and then uploading the prompt. I'm leaving the output settings exactly the way they are. Mine is set to 720p and 15 seconds. Let's click generate. Once that's finished, we're ready to compare all 3 versions. Let's take a look. First, here's what happens when I place the original video and the last frame extension video back to back with no transition. Look closely, I'm going to show it again and mute it. See if you can spot where the second clip begins. Now let's look at those same 2 clips again, but this time I've added a transition between them. Depending on the footage you're working with, a transition can help smooth things out and make the jump between clips less noticeable. And finally, let's look at the version created using OpenArt's Extend Video feature. Now, I'll be honest with you, I see people recommending the last frame method all the time. And yes, it can work, but in my experience, I usually have to play around with it a little bit. Sometimes you'll get a small jump between clips. Sometimes it's noticeable, and sometimes it's not. Adding a transition can definitely help, and increasing the speed of the video just a little if that's the look you're going for. But personally, I prefer the easier option. A lot of AI video systems already include a built-in video extension feature, so if it's available, I say use it. Why work harder when there's already a tool designed specifically for the job? Of course, every project is different, and there may be times when the last frame method gives you exactly the result you're looking for. The good news is now you know how to do both. Hopefully, this video gave you a better idea of which method works best for your workflow. If you found this helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, and join the Royal family so you don't miss future AI and Canva tutorials. Until next time, keep learning, keep creating, and keep reigning the AI Royal way.